Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Crypto Takeover coming back with another Bitcoin video for y'all again today. And on today's video, we're going to be going over Bitcoin, seeing is it making an ascending triangle. We're having a few death crosses happen, also some bullish crosses too as well on our lower time frames. But we're going to take a look at it, see what's going on. We know that stock market has been on a little bit of a nice correction to the side, but also given the QE implementation and also the stimulus package that has been passed, what does that mean for Bitcoin exactly? Does that mean money's going to flow into it when people get their checks in? Is it going to mean that continue to sell off maybe too, to give people another chance to exit out of the stock market and institutions to exit out of the Bitcoin market? We're going to take a look at it and see what we think. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that I make. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we can see here on our 15-minute time frame, we did have our daily close, candle close, and opened up here with our blue resistance points and pivot highs, swing lows. We can see that we've still been trending below the VWAP just a tad bit, indicating it looks like the bears are in control right now, wanting to take this maybe market down just a little bit lower. I do have this trend line support here, and as we start to zoom out, I'll show you what that trend line support is. Could possibly be one of our ascending triangles for the most part. So 15-minute time frames currently in the red money flow, not really heavily into the red money flow, but it is there to tell us that, hey, the bears kind of have this market right now for the short term. Going into our 30-minute time frame, you can see that our sell signal here on our 30-minute time frame as well, indicating that as this market open on the daily, that the bears really did take control of the market here. It sent us pretty low. We had this really huge Darth Maul wick down to about 6,500, stopping out all those high leverage trades there as well. So really risky market, as most of us know this that have been in Bitcoin for a while. Just trading in general is very risky. You can get stopped out. I've declared a no trade zone for myself right now. I just want to wait to see what market wants to do, if we do go up a little bit higher or if we're going to just drop off from here. So I really want to wait till we get to one of these trend lines. It's been major support for us for the past couple of days. So once we get here and market decides what it wants to do, then I might consider a position. But for right now, I'm just kind of letting it play out. I don't want to get into anything too crazy right now. You can see that we're starting to move into our red money flow here in our 30-minute as well. We've had quite a few fake outs, a lot of sideways action happening for the most part, even on our 45-minute, starting to trend down into that red money flow as well. Heikanashis are pretty much all red right now. It's interesting that we do have a buy signal, no sell signal just yet. Starting to get a little bit of a squeeze here on our 1 hour between our 21 and our 50 EMAs. Decide whether or not we're going to break to the downside or to the upside. So I'll keep an eye on this to see what I think might happen. And honestly, I could probably set an alert to say, hey, alert me if we break below this EMA or above our 21 EMA too as well. So that actually might be something that I might start to implement a little bit more. I do have some alerts already, but crossing down. Yeah, I'm going to exit this one here. Yeah. So that might be an alert that I might set just to see what direction we decide to break down. From here, it looks like we'll probably break below our 50 EMA on our 1 hour, given that our money flow is kind of moving into the red just a tad bit. But we do have a green dot here, so just depending on higher time frames, we'll kind of take a look at it and see. We are approaching that trend line support though, so I do want to be weary about taking a position right now. Maybe expecting a bounce, but not 100% sure just yet. So our 2 hour also kind of consolidating out to the side. Money flow does kind of look like it wants to round off just a tad bit here. given that we did have our substantial run up to 7,200, and we've kind of been putting in a lower high since then too as well. Wanted to kind of zoom out here on our 1 hour. Yeah, so our 2 hours, money flow is kind of rounding off just a tad bit, but not enough to where I feel like we couldn't have another little push to the upside. We did have a little bit of a trigger wave here. If we come back up and we put in a smaller trigger wave, then I would suspect that then we'll definitely kind of be heading towards that downside, because you can see even here we've had, this could play out something like that for the most part. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see. And then let's go into our 4 hour right now, see what's happening here. We were getting a little bit of a squeeze on our 2 hour between our 21 and our 13, and also between our 200 moving average. So our 100 is way down here. Just all our EMAs are convoluted right now. They don't know what direction they want to go, to be honest. So kind of finding support here on our 200. And I think as we got this run up back up to that 70 or 7K area, when we push back up to that 6,900 area, 7K area, we broke through our 200 EMA support or resistance, and now we're finding it a little bit of support. So we will just have to keep an eye on that to see if our squeeze between maybe our 21 or our 13 and our 200, what that squeeze might give us too as well. So let's go into our 4 hour. 4 hour also giving us somewhat of a stair step pattern here, as we can see on Cypher A, to the upside here, but then kind of doing a little bit of consolidation here to the side right now. So we had our stair step pattern play out, but now we're kind of consolidating, maybe rounding off just a tad bit here. But we'll have to wait and see what market wants to do for us as well. Once we touch this trend line support here, as you can see, this has been holding a decent trend line for us all the way back since our drop to that 3,800 area as well. So I would want to see what happens when we come over here and touch this trend line. If we find a nice bounce from it, or if we end up breaking through it for the most part. So you can also see here on our 4 hour, our money flow is still nicely trending into the greenish area right now too as well, finding support above our 13 EMA, indicating still some bullishness left here for market. So that's looking pretty nice. I want to see how this blue wave kind of plays out too as well. If we end up putting in a green dot here, that's going to be another bullish indication for me at least too as well. Currently getting a nice little squeeze between our 13 and our VWAP here as well too. 13 EMA and VWAP. So thanks for everyone. Thanks for everyone's support. I really appreciate it. If y'all are interested in sticking a little more closely with me, I'm probably going to be sending out a newsletter within the next couple of hours, probably today. So keep an eye out for that. And I'm going to probably leave a video in there that I gave to my Patreon members a while back. So if y'all want to go ahead and get signed up for the newsletter, it's free to sign up for. Just leave your YouTube name, Discord, and email. I do giveaways every once in a while, and this is just an easy way for me to get in contact with you if you do win one of the giveaways. But I'm going to send out a newsletter here in a few hours, so go ahead and get signed up for it if y'all haven't already, and expect that pretty soon. And then also, I have my Patreon page that y'all can sign up for. You get access to all my private videos that I post inside of my Patreon page. I tell you some of the things that I have set up in TradingView and how to set those up yourself. And also, you get access to my private channel on Discord, which will allow you to see our private VIP trading group that we have. So it's more or less just a nice little group that we have in there, and we really take care of each other for the most part. So I'll show you here, but it's our trading group is small, but it's a good sized trading group. and there's very knowledgeable people in there that will help you if you are just getting started. And if you're just getting started, more power to you, because if you don't have a group to help keep you in line, then it's really easy to make the wrong moves in this market for sure. So, but I think if you have people that you can turn to and you can call as like a team or like family, then it makes it a little bit easier, because then you can ask questions in there that don't feel out of place and don't feel out of line. So definitely highly recommend that you join our trading group. There's only 3 spots left right now for the current price that it's at. So once those 3 spots fill, then I'll decide if I need to reprice the Patreon page and the trading group itself. So go ahead and get signed up for that. I'll see y'all in the trading group. Once y'all get signed up, you just message me your Discord name and I can give you access to the trading group, but you'll automatically get access to the Patreon page and all those private videos that I have there. So let's take a look at our 4-hour here. Moving on into our 6-hour, we can also see that we do have a nice sell signal here. We had that sell signal on our 4-hour as well. So I think our 4-hour, it wasn't really giving us a rounded money flow, but still need to be cautious about what's going to happen here. 6-hour money flow still rounding nicely to the top side too, indicating a little bit of bullish momentum for us, which is actually pretty nice. Even given that we are in a capitulation area right now based on our hash ribbons. So I've been keeping a close eye on our hash ribbons for the most part. We've been in capitulation for the past couple of days, ever since March 20th. Or what day did we go into capitulation? Yeah, about the 20th. March 20th, we've been in capitulation with hash ribbons, and I know the hash rate has recently just took a drastic drop too as well. So it's nothing to be ignored, but it's also something to say that, hey, being that we are in an accumulation phase, which I consider capitulation to just be the accumulation phase, make sure you're DCAing in, make sure that you're stacking on the side. If you want to compound your interest, then you can trade with us if you'd like. But make sure that you're at least DCAing into this market every once in a while. And that's not financial advice, but if you are part of the team takeover, you know exactly where this market is headed in the future. And given all the circumstances that are happening in the world right now, you definitely can consider a cashless based society that will emerge from this. Once they say that cash is part of the contamination with this virus that is spreading around, you can guarantee that we are going to need something. And, I've already, the signs are there. The signs are there. So that's all I'm going to say on that. You can see on our 6-hour, though, we are starting to move into that greenish money flow, or the money flow on our red is starting to move off to the side, indicating that we could have a nice little boost up here, maybe once we reach this end of this ascending trend line here. And then we can also see, let's go into our 8-hour here. 8-hour, so we do have a sell signal, not to be ignored, right? But I declared this zone a no trading zone for my group a little while ago. I think since like yesterday or 2 days ago. Say, hey y'all, I'm just gonna sit out right now. Do as you will, and just be safe. So when I see a proper setup, I'll take it. But I'm honestly just gonna wait till we touch this trend line support and just see what happens here, and base it off of that for the most part. So I know a couple of my guys have also been maybe considering this an ascending channel too, or ascending triangle. So we can definitely keep a lookout for that, deciding on which way it breaks here. We could have a fake out to the downside and then come right back up to the top side here. That's just something we need to be aware of. But I really want to see what happens when we touch this trend line support and then go from there. We do have a sell signal here on our 6-hour, or this is our 8-hour, sorry. So could expect a little bit more downside. Money flow is also starting to move a little bit to that downside as well. So we just need to be extra cautious here. I know some of my Elliott waivers out there also are expecting maybe a little bit more of a downturn. So we will keep an eye on things and see how they turn out. Going into our 12-hour, no sell signal just yet on our 12-hour. We do have a red diamond here. That could also implicate that a sell signal might be coming on our 12-hour in the short term. So we do have our red dot here on Cypher B as well that we can keep an eye on for the most part. And so everyone, the Discord channel or the Discord server is free, but in order to access the private trading group, you'd need to sign up for the Patreon page, and then I can give you access to that part of the Discord server. But go ahead and feel free to join the Discord server. We still have good talks in there as well in our general chat section too. And also you can join the Telegram group, which is free to join. I've been posting a lot of updates on just the virus that's spreading right now. So a lot of information that I've been seeing on other people's channels as well too. I like to share that, and then also what I see on the charts as well. Sometimes I'll share, whether it's buy sell signals or if I'm seeing something on Market Cypher that looks very intriguing, then I'll share it with everyone there. So just another easy way to keep up to date with me. So go ahead and join that Telegram group, link in the description box as well. And then also, if you want to upgrade your TradingView plan, you can. I've given my Patreons a way to get 50% off of TradingView. It's a nice little tip and trick that y'all can use. I think I might drop that in the newsletter today. So, go ahead and use the link in the description box if y'all want to help support the channel. But I was using the Pro Plus plan with Market Cypher. I've upgraded to the premium plan for 50% off. So I'll explain how to do that in the newsletter post that I send out today. And then if you are using Market Cypher, I'd at least recommend using the Pro Plus plan. You can just have a few more indicators on the screen, like your Boyle's buy sell signal, and then also your Aldo EMAs. So I've currently been doing some back testing with 3 commas as well, getting ready to share the settings that I've been using with 3 commas to my Patreon members. So with my team crypto takeover, I want to share the settings with them. So I'll be making a video on this pretty soon, probably within the next week or so. My last 4 trades using 3 commas have been profitable. So I'm super stoked about that. I'm super excited to share it with everyone too. So that way we can have a bot running for us as well. And what's kind of cool is that with the pro plan, you can actually link multiple accounts to your Pro Plus or your Pro plan. So what my idea is on this is that I'm going to share it with a few people and tell them about how we can kind of implement a bot for whatever exchange they're using. And then we're going to split the cost of this. So that's a cool way to kind of an incentive for you and your friends, maybe if y'all are interested in creating a bot, but also just splitting the cost of the 3 commas page. So check the link in the description box if you're interested in using 3 commas as well. Right now, Ledger is giving away a free Ledger Nano S when you buy a Ledger Nano X. So if you are just buying and hodling, I'd recommend at least having some cold storage. If you're just a crypto person in general, you need some cold storage, and I would definitely recommend getting a Ledger for sure. So link in the description box. Let's take a look at our 21-hour. 21-hour still has our buy signal here. We are getting a nice, we're kind of unsure. The market is still kind of unsure what it wants to do. We're seeing some nice little spinning tops here. Indicating that could be a little bit of a reversal area for us, but maybe not much, maybe just a little bit of like a sine wave to send us back up to the top side here. So I'm thinking, this could play out something like whoop, 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 and then we continue to go up. It's a possibility. As our money flow is still kind of moving into that greenish area, even on our 12-hour, I was thinking, for the longest time that we were going to get a bigger red money flow, but in all honesty, it looks that we're starting to just make our way back up to that maybe mid 7K area, if not higher, maybe that 8K area. Strong possibility there, given that our 6-hour, I think from our 6-hour, even was it from our 2-hour? I want to say it was from our 2-hour. Oh no, that was looking kind of bearish a little bit there. Yeah, so from our 6-hour up to our 21-hour, our money flow is still kind of moving to that to the top side there as well. And what I really like about the money flow is that it kind of just gives us overall trajectory of the market, and then from there you would probably find your entry points based on the blue waves as well too. But we can see on our daily we're starting to actually move back into that green money flow here, indicating that our buyers are back in the market. Heikinashis are starting to turn green here as well too. Still holding our trend line support. No sell signal just yet. So I would say that this trend line may give us a fake out. We may end up breaking through the trend line to the downside, and then we could possibly just continue back to the upside there as well too. And let's go into our 2-day, see what's happening. Still trending below a lot of current EMA supports. I would like to see us push up above this 21 and then hold support there. But I think on our lower time frames, we really just want to see some squeezes happen between our key EMAs as well too. Like I've been saying on our 1 hour, I would say from our 1 hour probably to our 12 hour, we want to see those EMA squeezes and then decide what direction the market is going to take from there. So Heikinashis are still pretty red here on our 2-day, but we do have our buy signal. So I would expect that if we come back up and get above our 21 or even our 13 EMA, that we'll start to see these Heikinashis turn green and then maybe consider some positions there. So overall, structure looks kind of bullish, but I would say that still, we could get a fake out from this trend line and break down below it, and then maybe have a little bit of an upwards trajectory from there, here in the next couple of hours. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it and see what we think might happen. Then going into our 5-day, death crosses are occurring, but I expect probably a pump before we get to this 21 crossing below our 100. And then from there, what's today's date? Their 5-day doesn't close out until I think Saturday, maybe Saturday or Friday. Let's see. The 31st. So we'll open back up again on the 31st. Our new candle will open. And what I think is that, we'll probably have a bullish rest of the week from here, or maybe see a little bit of a sell-off, possibly back down to that 6K area. But then I think that, probably going on into the weekend, it could get kind of bullish. And then from there, I think that we'll probably have a little bit more capitulation to the downside based on our 5-day here. And then from our 6-day all the way up, I think that... Oh, we do have a 6-day buy signal, that's right, but no buy signal on our 5-day, which is kind of weird. So very interesting. We'll see if this confirms or not. We'll have to wait it out and see. But we are starting to get a green dot somewhat here as well. A green dot here too as well. And this 5-day chart, that we are moving into that red money flow. But if we start to also come back up and let's say our blue wave doesn't get above that 0 pivot point on our 5-day, then we could continue to back lower. But if we break through that 0 pivot point on our 5-day, I would think that this might just be a short green money flow and that we continue back to the upside. So still very, very choppy trading range right now. We just need to be very aware about what's happening. And to be honest, really just taking care of ourselves, making sure that we're not overdoing it if we are trading, and just kind of taking each consolidated move as we can. So don't FOMO into the market. No need to FOMO just yet. Market's not going anywhere. Market's going to be around for a long time. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see what happens. But if y'all are using y'all are interested in leverage trading, I'd recommend using Bybit. Y'all can check the link in the description box. But please sign up for the testnet first. You just want to use the link in the description box, and then down here you want to ask support how to access the testnet. And it's basically just a way to trade fake BTC. Make sure that you're a profitable trader. Make sure that your algorithm's working for you. Make sure that you know how to limit and market in, what those orders mean, and that how to ladder orders also. Those are just some key things that you need to figure out before you decide to jump on a platform and deposit your BTC. If you are a USA citizen, you can use Prime XBT. Allows you to leverage trade different commodities and fiat currencies, all using Bitcoin. So check that out. And then also, I use the Brave browser to browse the web. It's basically ad-free. I get a lot of people complaining about my ads that I put in my videos. Hey, and here's a little tip, but probably Google doesn't want you to know this, is that if you use the Brave browser, you don't have to view any of those ads on the video. But you have to use my link. You have to use my link in the description box to to sign up for Brave browser. But yeah, it's Google ad free. It's a Google ad free browser. So, all your pop-ups and everything, it's basically Brave content creators create ads, and they only pop up in the bottom right-hand corner. You can opt out of them if you want, but if you opt in, you get paid in BAT token every single month that you click on that ad in the bottom right-hand corner. So super convenient way. But if people are complaining, hey, there's a little trick for you that Google didn't want you to know. And then also, if y'all want to start mining Bitcoin, y'all can use CryptoTab browser. It's a super lightweight browser, but I don't really use it to browse the web. I just use it as a background process to mine Bitcoin for myself. I have it running on 2 older laptops that I don't really use anymore. You can also download the app on your iPhone, your Android device, your tablets as well too, and just have that process running in the background of your phone as well when you're not using it. So check out CryptoTab browser, link in the description box if y'all want to start mining Bitcoin, help support the network without the hassle of setting up ASIC miners and AMP miners and all that jazz too. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if y'all are interested. Y'all can follow me on here. I've been, this was a tweet by Cliff High that said, crap, they're catching on now, and basically people are starting to buy Bitcoin again, even though the plunge has happened, and this is why I think that we are going to be moving into that cashless society once they say that the virus is transferable through cash, and that we need to eliminate using cash for sure. So that is what it is coming down to. Once they say that, then I'm sure Bitcoin will probably take off from there. But I think it's going to be a little bit of a longer battle, especially with the US dollar, for sure, until that dies off. But it's inevitable. So start DCAing in if you're not DCAing in, and I actually DCA into other altcoins, not only Bitcoin, and I have my 2 favorite altcoins that are also in my Patreon page as well. So get signed up for that, learn about the 2 altcoins that I am in heavy accumulation of, which is all starting to line up for us now as well too. So going into our weekly here, we can see, and then once we get into our weekly and higher time frames, we can still see that they're a little bit bearish for the most part. 2 week is still pretty bearish. I would say that by the end of March, we could see a nice little run up, but as we go on into April, it's going to be really hard for us to, I think, make a substantial move to the upside. Just because our 2 week and our monthly and even our 21 day is also kind of just has a downwards trend to it right now, with a huge sell-off, some blood diamonds appearing there. So we just need to be really cautious about what happens here going on into April. I think April will be a determination of just overall economic things that could happen. So we really have to keep a close eye on it. Even in my trading group too, my guys in there that are super knowledgeable, they're saying, hey, like we're playing this hour by hour right now. We're constantly looking at the charts hour by hour, just because it's super high volatility and it's going based off news right now. Most of the TA stuff is out the window, but we're doing the best that we can in there. So if y'all want, please join us in our trading group, VIP group, and I'll look forward to seeing y'all in there. Other than that, I think that's about it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in today. Sorry for the recent long videos, but I think it's necessary, especially the times that we're giving in right now. And with that being said, Crypto Takeover CTO is signing out. I'll see y'all next time.